And welcome back, my darling diamonds in the rough. I am your favorite talking stone, and I am back. Sorry, we are back with another set of daily puzzles. Now, the ambience is right for me. Ooh, that's a nice little battle sequence that we can hop right into our first battle, Wordle. Right? And as always, we start with our favorite starting word, jazzy. What does this net us? A wonderful little A. Right. I do love going plant whenever I get the A. And it's always the A we get. And we get it. A is the third letter. We got a P. That's nice. I want to become a plant dad. Is that what it's called? Is it... I know it's weird to call yourself an ex-mom or ex-dad, like the farther away you get from humans, like, you know, a dog mom, dog dad, or cat mom, cat dad. Those are socially acceptable, but I feel like some people think they stray a bit too far. And then plants, I think the lesser sentience of plants tend to be the borderline, if not past it, for weirdness in terms of ex-mom or dad. That being said, I still want to be a plant dad, regardless if I just don't know the appropriate word. Plant owner? No, that doesn't sound right. I just want maybe like a nice little pet cactus, or something like that. Oh, I do also want to grow my own vegetables. I was thinking about growing garlic. Sorry, I know I said vegetables, and I don't believe in vegetables because there's no botanical definition for them, and while I do cook, I feel like the botanical definitions are more convenient for me, so sorry. Bulbs like garlic. I like garlic a lot. I like it in potatoes, but potatoes, I don't trust myself with potatoes, but garlic seems like it's very easy to grow. And I believe it's a fall thing to plant, but regardless, we're getting sidetracked. Now let's see, what can we do here? Spade. Oh, like a card game. Oh, for a second I thought we had nailed it. But no, we're pretty close, though. SPA. Spawn. I was going to say spawn. Let's see. What else can we do? Let's see. Spam. No. Spare. Unfortunately, we already used the E. Spars. That's something. Oh, that's nice. We get 4 letters. S-P-A-R. And now we have 2 more guesses to guess the last letter. Now, what could it be? Not spars. Spar with 2 R's is not seem correct. Spark. Spark. Oh, like a spark of energy. That's nice. We got it. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Because we are just moving, we are growing, and we are simply wonderful. But, as always, we have our next game, the Mini. And I did not prepare a transition or switch to in time, so we have to wait awkwardly. Though this music, this Pokemon music does make me feel like the clown I am. So I guess that was perfect timing. But now we are well acquainted to move on to the Mini, which is actually a bit low now for you that I see. Move it up a bit. I apologize for that. But yes, we're on the Mini. And a chowder morsel. A chowder is like a soup or a broth. Never had chowder. I believe it's in that family. So I'm thinking meat? It's probably like a chunk of something, like maybe potato, but meat is a morsel, I guess. That's a bit of a stretch. Emblem on a glass of Guinness. Is it a harp? I heard harps are like Celtic in nature. I was not aware of that. I don't know. Maybe I could fact check myself. Editor me, would you mind looking that up? Thank you. You're always a dear to me. But yes, I believe it's a harp. I could be wrong. Blank Madness, annual event that hints at one down. Okay, so it's not hits at 1 down. Anagram 6. it's March Madness, which is happening now. And we know either harp or meat is incorrect. Probably meat, but we digress. Alright, so March Madness. I heard it started already, to be honest. Well, actually, no, one of my relatives, one of their schools, one of their universities is in it. So I guess I'll be rooting for them, though I doubt that they'll make it far, if I'm being honest. They're not a big name basketball powerhouse. However, it is a shame that, what are they? Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey from Rutgers aren't going to be in the tournament. Because they are the projected 2 and 3, with Harper going most likely 2, and Bailey leaning to 3, though there's some competition for that 3rd spot. It's a shame that they're not making it. Big names like them usually make the tournament fun for more casual viewers such as myself, because I'm more of an NBA guy, but I like to see these future prospects in college and how good they'll do, if that makes sense. Basically what I'm trying to say is, the guys that I will idolize in the future, I want to see their success now. And obviously, we'll hear some people make their names themselves in this tournament. Like, Jalen Suggs a few years ago was a powerhouse with Gonzaga. And that was a fun little run they had. They didn't win it all, if I remember correctly, but they made it to the championship game. Yeah, it's incredibly powerful and talented, but I do prefer the NBA. March Madness is always just a very popular event. Everyone who, well, not everyone, but even my friends who weren't too into basketball, I remember watching that Duke-UNC game a few years ago in the Final Four, and that was fun. That was crazy fun. We continue. A strong desire, a will. Where there's a will, there's a way, and well, if one down is an anagram of March, this is wrong, but we'll keep it in here. Contacted privately on social media, for short. DM'd. Oh, we filled in the puzzle already. I didn't even realize. We didn't even get to down. Of course we're wrong. This is not a word. Anagram of 6 across. Alright, so March Madness. Charm, I would say. That's an anagram of March. And Chatter Morsel, we don't know yet. L as in Land's End. Huh. Oh, and also it's not will. We can eliminate that. I do think it's harp, actually, now that I think about it, for what's Guinness emblem. I believe it's harp. L as in Land's End. Well, I'm assuming it starts with an L because it's Land's End. Huh. I don't know. Or large. But I don't know why. I'm leaning large? Just because it fits? But we'll go on. Move with a curving trajectory. Arch. Arced. Arced? I don't think that's correct, but we can pretend it is. Speedometer, abbreviation, miles per hour, mph. And what the hiking boots might track in the house, mud. Oh! Wow! We did well! And it was urge for a strong desire, and clam for chatter morsel. Ah, like clam chowder. Shout out to Boston. They have great clam chowder, I've heard. I'm not too big a fan of clam chowder, so I don't actually know. And I think I've been to Boston once? Yeah. Was it more? I think I've been to Boston once. Some city up in the north. Yeah, it was Boston. It was a while ago, so I don't remember too well. But yeah, I'm not too big a fan of seafood, clam chowder, oysters, whatever. I'm not too big a fan of it, so I do apologize for not trying it. But I hear it's great. If you like that, and you're in the Boston area, do me a favor and just try it for me. Because I'm too much of a coward to try it. But I do think if you like that stuff, you will enjoy it. And if you enjoy something, you should try something. Right. But now that clam chowder talk is making me hungry for another victory. Wow, that was a very cringy and forced transition to the connections. Right. So let us start off with mean. I'm thinking maybe mean as in a mathematical average, or thinking mean as in evil-hearted, I guess? Like mean-spirited would be a word that describes mean, but I don't like using the word in the definition of itself. King. I'm thinking maybe like a king of chess, a king of some game, like maybe a king game, or maybe just a king, like a ruler. Express. Express is a clothing shop. I've actually brought some clothes from them, specifically their clearance section, because their clearance section, I like scounging the clearance section of stores to see if there's hidden gems. I once found like a leather jacket for $20. I didn't buy it because I couldn't pull it off. It wasn't a nice leather jacket, so I wasn't really a fan. I didn't want to clutter my closet, but it was a leather jacket. Shoulder, I'm thinking like the shoulder of a road, or like a human body shoulder. Back, similarness. In the back of a human person, or maybe the back of a car. Median, a different sort of middle, like in mathematics. Similar to me, not the same, but similar. So like a mathematical average. Carte, is that part? I believe it's parts. Not too sure, but maybe it's cart plus a letter. But we'll continue. Spell, as in spell a letter like we do with the Wordle, or spell, like a magical spell. Ooh. Yeah. I'm trying to remember some magic... Oh yeah, I guess I can teach you all some magic words. My favorite magic word, please and... Well, two of them. Please and thank you. I guess that's 3 words. Wow. Counting is my... bit hard. But yes, please and thank you can get you a lot of places in life. I like being kind. Well, I also like being a bit antagonistic, so... And a bit of a contrarian at times. But I do like being kind. Even if I'm a bit, hidden about it. Divider. I think this means, like, to separate. Like a divider in a room. Yeah. Extensions, I'm thinking hair extensions, or to an extension on a house. Mode. Well, that really ties with the median, as in, like, mathematical, or statistical, I would say, actually, more so than mathematical. If we get, like, a deviation, that'll be an extra, but this also could just be the, what's the word? The red herring. Because it's usually these 3 talked about, not necessarily more than that. But the mode, or as in, like, the most common number in a set. For instance, like you have 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, the mode would be 2. But yes, that's the mode, or the mode of, like, a game mode or something. The settings of one thing. Refresh, like you would refresh on a browser, or refresh your energy by just taking a nice walk out, or maybe a lunch break. What else could refresh someone? Plancha. I don't know. Lane, I'm thinking like a road, similar to shoulder like we said earlier. But that's what I'm thinking, or maybe like a lowest lane. Forward. The direction forward can tie in with back as well, its direction, or moving forward in a sort of advancement and evolution sort of sense. And convey, to express oneself. Oh, I forgot we had express, but yeah, it could be something like that. Right. Let's get right started. So let's try to prove that this is a red herring. Do we have any other mathematical terms? I don't believe plancha is, but I also don't know what plancha is, so maybe I could be wrong. Extensions lane king. None there. Convey, refresh spell, shoulder. No, none that I see. So I do believe it would be something different. So let's try convey and express. Spelling it out. Is it saying? I believe that might be a stretch, though. Anything else that means to share with others, I suppose. No, not that I see. Alright. Lane and shoulder. An express lane. The express lane, I guess. Though that ties in with lane. Ah, this could be like highway stuff. If there's like a sign or something. Let's see. Anything else? Carte spell. No. Divider, lane dividers. Oh, this is highway talk. And of course it's one away. But the express, the shoulder, the lane, the divider, what else? Maybe extensions? I'm down to try extensions instead of express. It's one away as well. Ooh. So it could be express and extensions, or it could be neither. What else is a highway? Mean, back, king, express, carte, spell, mode, refresh, convey, forward. Maybe it's express and extensions, or maybe it's one of mean, median, and mode. I don't know. I want these three to be together, but I can't tell what can go wrong, or what can go in there. So maybe we'll take a break from these three and continue. Right, forward is a direction, back, and maybe there's side, perchance? No. Alright, let's think about mean, median, and mode, because I think it's a red herring, and usually that means they're all separate. But median usually means in the middle, so anything else that means the middle? Mean does. Mode means the most populous? Or maybe mean, median, divider. Yeah, mean, median, divider, and what else? To mean in the middle. Convey, forward, lane, plancha, back. No. I'm not certain. Not certain at all. Oh my. Well, let us see. What else can we do? A spell. Maybe to spell it out. Or maybe like a dry spell and a drought. Carte. A la carte. A la plant. No, I don't know. A la mode. Oh. A la. A la carte, a la mode. I believe those are, like, a la carte means from of the card. A la mode means with ice cream, I think. A la plancha seems like it could mean something. A la divider, extension, a la... I think that's the gist of it. But I don't know. What else to choose? So I do think these three are together. I think divider, lane, and shoulder are together. What else means they go on a road, though? What else could possibly be on the road? Not the mean, not the median, not the mode, not the carte, not the spell. Refresh. Extensions. Forward, convey. I don't know. Forward. Forward and back are directions. But we didn't see anything else that means that. So to forward, you can forward an email. You can refresh your email. You can spell your email. That's a bit of a stretch. Extensions. An extensions to a browser. Refresh your browser. Stuff on your browser, maybe? Mean, king, back, median, carte. No, I don't know. Convey, express, mean. Alright, so this is intention. And I'm pretty sold on this as well. Alright. Convey, express, mean. So what do you intend? Maybe spell. But let's try everything else. You mean... To intend is not to king, not to shoulder, maybe to spell, carte, median, back, divider, extensions, mode, refresh. To intend is not to refresh, to forward. You can be forward, though. Lane and plancha. Ah, man, plancha, me not knowing what that is throwing me off. I'm gonna guess spell. I'm gonna use a guess on this. There we go, to signify. Right, we got one on the board. We have 2 more mistakes remaining, so let's do our best. Right. So I'm thinking lane, divider, and where is it? Shoulder. What else is on the road? We tried express, we tried extensions, I believe. But what else could be on the road? Back, median, carte, king, refresh, forward. Maybe forward, but I'm not going to guess that yet. So let's try to shuffle these all in the same line. I know yesterday we had some fun shuffling. Oh, that was much easier when you only have 12 to guess, not sort through, not 16. Right. So I believe these 3. I believe there's a la carte, a la mode, probably a la plancha. So that means the 4 we have are forward, king, median, extensions, back, and refresh. Oh, refresh, back, forward, and extensions I think are browser talk. There we go. Web browser buttons. Yes, I have some extensions on my web browser. And I don't usually call them... Well, I don't really usually call back and forward anything. I just click them, and they're just those arrows. But I suppose, yeah, they are called back and forward. I don't know. Well, I didn't know. And now we do. A la mode, a la king, a la carte. Sorry, not a la king. A la king, a la carte, a la plancha. I'm gonna guess this. There we go. A la. Alright. And median. Huh. The median of a road. Parts of a road. Wow. That was good. We definitely struggled in the beginning, but through hard luck, grit, determination. Did I say hard luck? Well, we definitely had hard luck, but I meant hard work. And if I said hard work, I was also going to add hard luck. But through it all, we were able to win. We were able to pull through, and isn't that lovely? But as always, this is not the end. Oh, no, no, no. For we have one more fun little game to indulge ourselves on, and today's game is none other than Cypher. Now, let us read the rules. How to play. Start from the top of the pyramid and guess the letter, in each tile based on the number. Each number responds to a letter, and this code applies to the entire pyramid. Oh! When you guess the letter correctly, the tile turns green, and the number is shown in the corner of the tile as a reminder. Note, in hard mode, the number reminder disappears when you guess the next tile correctly. So you can guess one letter at a time with a maximum of 26 incorrect guesses. Oh wow, that's a lot of incorrect guesses. Each row forms a word. The words are selected at random, do not form a sentence. Once you complete a word, the next word is unlocked. Note, you do not need to guess the letters in the order they appear in the word. Alright, each row forms a word. The words are selected at random. And we use the previous rows, how do you say this? Letters or number as a reference. Okay. The game ends when you guess all the words correctly. No, I think we got it. We are some pretty smart cookies. Alright, so the first letter has to be an A or an I. Right? Because those are the only 2 single letter words in the English lexicon. English dictionary, whatever you want to say. So let's try looking ahead, because I don't want to waste a guess if we don't have to. This 2-letter word starts with the same letter. So if it's an I, could be in, and then 9 would kind of have to be N. And then would go the next one, which also has this 17. So what am I leaning? I think I'm leaning A for the first guess. So let us try it. Yep, send it in for... There we go. And that means this is an A for 17. And then what is 9? Anne. I believe it's Anne. Or at. It could be at as well. So let's hold off on number 9 as well. Let's just try the next word. The next word also has to start with A, and I'm going to assume it's and off the bat, A and D. So let's try at first. And Okay, so it probably was Anne. Oh, it's not Anne. Oh, my. Could be add, or could be as. Could be add. Oh, wow. Well, let's go through the top. Is an automobile? I don't know, but is it in the English lexicon? That is a question. App. I'm thinking ad, like ad hominem or something. Ag, oh, did we not try am? It is am. Okay. That was silly. That should have been, well, that was my third guess. And we know, do we have to select? No, I don't think we do. We just have to fill in the letters. Right. So we have am, a. Let's go with our first guess. And. Yeah, or it could be any as well. Is there a lot of 8s anywhere else? No, there's not one. So that actually makes me think it's any instead. Because D is a very common letter. And I do not see a single, well, I see a single one here. In which case, I'm fine with going back to and. Because even though it's only one other word that has a D, I think it'd be a hard place to put a Y in the middle of a word. There we go, and. So now we have 17, 9, 8, and 10. So 17, of course we have the A, and we don't need to do it in the order. We have 8, 9, and 10. But not 6, 16, and 7. So what is a nice little word that has an A there? Play. Do we have a 6 anywhere else? Because if we do, I'm down to try play. Well, or maybe we can run through the more common letters like E-A-R. So R would be a solid yes, considering we don't have it as a letter yet. IoT, NSLC from my Hangman days. Those are the 10 most common letters in the English dictionary in terms of frequency in words. So let's try an R. Or EAR, maybe a T. An N. Alright, let's try L, and let's just assume it is play. Oh, of course, I should have just tried L. So, usually consonants don't follow L's. Unless it's like double L, like llama, which it is not in this case, because otherwise we would have had both L's. So what could this be? Or is there any consonant that follows L? Not that I'm seeing. So maybe, like, load. Well, it's not load because we already have the D as an 8. Maybe lone? Nope. The N is the 6. So maybe let's try maybe L-E-A. Not lean, because the. Oh, of course we guessed an N even though we already had it. That's a silly thing of me. Oh, how inconvenient. Right. Leap. Let's assume it's leap. We don't have an E, we don't have a P. So, yes, I think leap is a good guess. Leap was not a good guess. We got the E, though. And it can't be anything we've highlighted. It can't be a D for lead. Let's see. Not less. Not lead, because we already used the D on 8. Could be a leaf. Oh, a leaf. That's nice. It's not nice, because we got it wrong. Leak. Oh, okay. That makes me. Yeah, I think I get that. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of letters we can guess one, but fortunately, because we already used a lot, and there's a lot of different letters here, so nothing, how do we say this, that comes off the bat. No A's, no M, no N, no D, no L, E, or K. But that restriction does help. if I can remember what letters we don't have used. So we can try a 5-letter word. Unfortunately, jazzy doesn't work. We can't use E's or A's, so this one has to have an O, an I, or an U. I don't know why I said O and U backwards, but yes. It has to have at least one of them. Right. So what is the lucky vowel here? I would maybe lean I, just because it's more common. Well, I is barely more common than O, actually, now that I say it out loud. So, what could it be? Huh. Not pinch. Fortunately, not pinch. Indeed. Quills? Could technically be quills. That would be silly, though. Or no, quill would be double L, which it is not. So I'm leaning I. Or O. I'm gonna lean O, and I'm gonna send O. I'm leaning I, and I'm gonna send I. Really? A U? Wow. And a U there. All the way at the end with no other vowels, because A is 17 and E is 16. That is... Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know, I'm just gonna try an R then. Strum? Maybe? S-T-R-U-M? That's a word that fits? I think so. Not strum, unfortunately. Syrup? Well, I'm going to guess the P first because I think that's more a common letter than Y. So, let's see. 11 anywhere else. Yes, it would start this last word, but I'm willing to guess that. It's not syrup. And it's not A because E is 16. Alright. Alright. We have 14 guesses. Sorry. Yeah, 14 guesses remaining to get this. Huh. Let us see. S some letter. Shrub? Maybe? Not shrub. Scroll. Smur. No. SBR. No. Scrub. Let's try it. Okay, scrub. There we go. That was nail biting. We don't have 12. No, we don't have 2. Moving on to the next one. We do have 7 as an L, so let's put that in. Do we have 8? Yes, we do. It's a D. Do we have 16? It's an E. Yes, we do. And lastly, 1 is an R. Okay. I was going to say soldier. Well, or solder. But can't use the S. Though we do have... This 2 is most likely a vowel. And the only other vowels we have are I and O. Right? Right. I'm gonna lean O. Is it an I? Blank Ilder. Huh. Wilder? Milder, perchance? No, it's... M is a 9, so we can't use that. So Wilder? We don't have a W. Any 12s in the last one? No. So it could be Wilder. Any other... yeah, let's just try Wilder. Oh, it is Wilder. How nice. And 11 is a C. Oh, this one we should get. Yes. Yeah, we will definitely get this last one. We have 12 whole guesses remaining. Which, I'm surprised they gave us so many, but we digress. 14 we don't have. 17 is an A. First letter, actually. Funny enough. 1 is an R. 2 is an I. 13 is something we don't have. And 3 is also something we do not have. Well, I'm thinking charity. I've had charity on the mind today. Oh, not charity. Really close to charity. But yeah, I've had charity in the mind. I've just been like looking at I think a streamer I like is doing a charity stream for like I think St. Jude's. And that's nice. It's always nice to get back to your community, or to the community in general. But yes, not charity though. That's not the word we're looking for. Charion? Oh, I don't know. Because we don't have an O. Carrion. Like, oh yeah, I believe that was the centaur of Greek mythology. But we did it. Isn't that just wonderful? That simply is. When I was a kid, I really loved little Cypher puzzles. I remember I wasn't good at them. I didn't memorize a lot of them, but I do remember having this one Cypher thing in my room where I believe it was just a letter rotation, where basically you'd set a base letter and decode based on that. So let's say you had a chair, and this second wheel you'd spin around, and you want to get that C to, let's say, an X, and then the H would be an O, and it would just become a scrambled mess based on the cipher of the wheel. And it was a fun little toy that I used a few times, but I fidgeted with it a lot, and it's nice to have. And then, with the rise of all these indie games, taking a page out of FNAF's book, and FNAF's even evolving where everything has to be a huge mystery. Everything needs a theory, a game theory. And it's fun, it's fun. I don't have the willpower, though, to be as invested as some of these people are. Because it's not just like a game theory, which is a team of researchers and whatnot, and film not enthusiasts, but editors, and of course the faces. But it's just not just that huge team, but also it's just the niches of games as well. And it's honestly incredibly impressive. And not just games, but other franchises, like some weird like ARG horror, whatever, on YouTube series that you might find. Yeah, they just have such dedicated fan bases. It's mildly intimidating, how do I say this? The raw talent they have at research. It's very impressive too. I would love to be half as talented as they are at streaming or anything really. Ah man, the effort they put in is just absolutely incredible. And it encourages these indie devs to push harder into the sequency and codes, and it's just innovating upon itself. It's evolving. The puzzles are evolving, and it's beautiful to watch from the sidelines. But whenever you explain the X's and O's to me of it, like, oh, you actually have to up the brightness of this image, put that at the end of a URL link, but only after you decode it with hexadecimal, and then use an additional cipher on top of that. And it's all just hullabaloo. Like, I could follow if they took 5 times as long explaining each individual step. But obviously that's terrible for the video length. So I'm just sitting here like, yes, I don't get it at all, but continue. It's so fun. And it also doesn't help that YouTubers, like the game theorists, have to abridge it just to fit it in the video time, because it could take hours explaining it. And there definitely is an audience for that. I'm definitely an audience for that. I love listening to hours of whatever content. I remember watching not even about a series that I think Adult Swim did. Not a series, but little commercial thing, and it has a video which is a very condensed of the series. The series called I believe it was This House Has People in It, or This House Has People. And the original things were like 3 commercial length things, probably about 6 minutes in total, maybe 8. The video I watched, again, very condensed of all this content, very condensed, was I think over 3 hours. And it was very condensed. And it referenced the website you had to took in from the commercials. You had to find a way to Google the website to get additional video. And oh man, I don't even remember because it's so long ago, but 3 hours of very abridged, concise content is mind-boggling. It is very entertaining, and I do love those long-form videos of explaining things. Like, it's just, yes, please continue to yap about this. It's wonderful. But ranting about ciphers and whatever indie devs are cooking aside, I want to thank you all for watching. It is very much appreciated by me to have you listen to me just rant and play my games. And as always, thanks for watching. I already said that. No, I'm butchering my ending. Oh no. Ending time. Have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya.